friends, good morning and happy new year to everyone.
Good morning. Happy New Year, Mohana. Happy New Year, everyone.
Hi friends, today we are going to make tomato rice. So for that I need cooked rice. So today I'm going to make 2 cup of tomato rice. So I already cooked the rice and it's all ready. So the texture should be like fluffy. It should not be so sticky. So my rice is ready. So I need onion. So I chopped the onion and we need chopped green chili
and cilantro
and mint and curry leaf. So I finally chopped everything and kept it ready. And I'm going to use 2 cups of rice. So I added 3 tomato puree. I pasted it. You can finely chop it or you can take puree out of the tomato. I'm using 3+3 ginger garlic paste with fennel seed, chili powder, cashew nut, bay leaf, and I have added going to add 3 cloves, turmeric, salt, and I don't have cinnamon sticks, so I'm adding pinch of cinnamon powder. Before you add rice, you can add 2 pinches of garam masala if you need it. So my skillet is ready. It's hot enough. So I'm going to pour oil and also I'm going to add ghee. If you have any question, please ask me. So I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of oil. So 1.5 tablespoon oil and 1.5 tablespoon ghee, so which I'm going to add later. So once it is ready, I have to make sure whether it is super hot before I add my cloves and bay leaf. So if you need extra garam masala flavor into it, you can add all the garam masala which you need, like elachi and I don't know what you say this one, honey flower, honey seed flower. So I do have a lot of garam masala items. I don't know the name of it. I will look it up and I will let you know. And rose petals. Those whole garam masala you can add while the oil is hot enough. But I don't want a lot of garam masala flavor in my tomato rice, so it's going to be really mild. So according to your family taste, you can add extra garam masala or you can reduce it. So I'm going to drop in my cloves, bay leaf, so make sure to have a very big skillet so that when you saute the tomato rice, it will not stick together and it will be really good. For this tomato rice, I'd like to eat with either sweet potato or normal potato fry. So today it's a bonus for you. I'm going to bake this one side by side. So I turned on the oven for 350 degree. First, you need to keep the oven in broiler so that once it is super hot, just chop this sweet potato and just place it on the tray with lightly coated butter or oil or with salt and just bake it for 15-20 minutes. Make sure to check in between. Usually mine will be done within 20 minutes, but my friends always say that it will take more than 30-40 minutes. So it depends upon your oven. So this is taking a lot of time. So I'm just swapping my stove. Meanwhile, I'm going to cut my sweet potato. The oil is super hot. Now it's time to switch the stove. Just drop in your ginger garlic paste with fennel. Make sure not to burn the ginger garlic paste. Otherwise, your tomato rice won't taste good.
Hi. So, can you tell me till now what all you've added? You added the bay leaves and the dalchini and the cloves, and after that,
I didn't add anything. I just added only ginger garlic paste and cloves.
okay.
Yeah. So once it's sorted nicely, now you drop in your onion, chili. So first I'm going to drop in my chili because I like the chili flavor. Mine is very mild. So if your chili is so spicy, make sure to drop after onion. If your chili is mild, just drop it before onion so that it will give you more flavor. Hope you all had very beautiful New Year. Always keep an eye on your ingredients, otherwise it will burn. Now it's time to drop in my onions. So 1 cup of rice, 1 medium to not extra large, medium size onion is more than enough. I have added 2 cup of rice. I'm going to add 2 cup of rice, so I have added medium size 2 onions and 3 plus 3, 6 tomatoes. So you can make this paste, tomato rice paste, and you can keep it ready. Whenever you need, just cook the rice and you can just add the rice to the paste and you can serve before you eat. So while sauteing onion, I always add salt to it so that it will ooze out some water. It will make the sauteing process easier and it will not burn. So always whenever you saute onion, make sure to add few salt. It will ooze out some oil and it will not stick and it will not burn at the bottom. Make sure to keep a very strong base skillet so that it will not burn. So these are the techniques we have to use while we are sauteing onion, tomato. So my oven is ready, 350 Fahrenheit. So I'm going to place my sweet potatoes on the baking tray and I'm going to bake it for 15-20 minutes. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to lightly grease my sweet potato with butter. I'm using unsalted butter. I always like to cover my baking tray with another foil sheet, just not to get the extra on top to my food. Sometimes I will get some black from my oven, and it will make the cooking process faster. Now my onion is ready. Just to make sure whether your onion is ready or not, just keep the spatula and just push the onion, one piece of onion. When the onion breaks apart, your onion is ready. Drop in your tomato puree. As I said earlier, you can chop or you can puree it. I don't like the chunks, so I like to puree my paste. So now it's the very important part. You have to make sure to saute your onion and tomato puree. Just keep an eye and turn on little higher, turn on your stove little higher. It will take like 5 to 8 minutes. Once it starts to ooze out the oil, then it's ready to add all the rest of the dry ingredients. I have cashew nut, this roasted cashew nut without salt. So I'm going to add that one later at the stage so that I can feel the crunchiness of the cashew nut. So I don't want to drop it right now. Otherwise it will become a little soft. I like
So when you're
cover
putting
my-
the tomatoes, in, do they have to be like golden brown or are they like translucent, the onions?
Yeah, it should be translucent.
Okay.
So it should be well sauteed so that you don't feel, it should be soft enough before you pour in the tomato puree. Or
But it doesn't have
chop.
to be like brown. It
No,
doesn't
no,
have
no.
to. Okay.
Yeah, make sure not to burn. So for biryani kind of a recipe, if it turn brown, that's fine. But once it started brown, take that portion of the onion and keep it aside. And once biryani is done, on top of that, we always garnish with the golden brown onions. But right now, I'm not making biryani style. It's just a normal style. This is easy. Like cook the rice and keep it aside and start making all these things. You can also do other way. You can drop everything and you can keep pressure for 2 whistles. That is also good part. But so when you do that kind of rice, all the tomato puree and all the flavor get incorporated into the rice very deeply. It will be very strong. So I always like to have really mild. So it's like off and down. Sometimes I go with that recipe, sometimes I go with this recipe. Please, if you have any question, feel free to ask me.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. Cooking this paste part is little time consuming. Otherwise, it is very quick. Within 15-20 minutes, your rice will be ready to go. Just keep an eye on your sweet potato. Sometimes it will take longer time. So you can go either with 375 to 400 degree. I like to use a big skillet so that it will not splatter a lot. And I like to always cover my skillet with a lid on it. If your tomato is super sour, don't add 3 tomatoes. Make it like 2.5 based upon your tomato sourness. You can change the amount of your tomatoes. So for 1 cup of rice, I always prefer to go with 3 Roma tomatoes. So it's almost half done. So now I'm adding all the dry ingredients like turmeric, chili powder, salt, so that it will not have any raw smell. So you have to drop once it is half done. Once your tomato is half done, so I need another 5 to 7 minutes. So you can make sure your paste is like this. So you need to keep it on the stove for another 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes. Now I'm going to add half of my garnishing item into it. Coriander leaf, mint leaf, curry leaf. So only half I'm adding, the rest I will garnish. Check your sweet potato. Now it's time to add some salt to it. I'm going to add a small piece of butter to it. I'm going to cover this and keep it inside my oven. As I mentioned earlier, it will take different time based upon your oven.
Okay, once the tomato paste leaves the oil, what do we do?
Sorry?
Once the tomato paste leaves the oil, what do we do?
Just drop in the rice and garnish with coriander and mint. That's it.
Okay, so like when do we put the curry patta and the fennel seeds and all?
While adding ginger garlic paste,
That time only. Okay.
the very first step is to heat the oil and add ginger garlic paste. Before you add ginger garlic paste, you have to add bay leaf, cinnamon stick, and 2 pieces of cloves. After that, add ginger garlic paste. Then once it is done, sauteed nicely, then you add the onion. Once it is translucent, then add tomato puree or chopped tomatoes.
And the fennel seeds, when do we add?
So ginger garlic paste with fennel seed.
With fennel. Okay, got it.
So fennel, I always keep it as a powder. I always grind it and keep it powder.
Okay.
So whenever I need whole piece, I add whole. Whenever I need powder, I just drop in the fennel powder.
Makes sense.
Only cooking this tomato part will take a lot of time. So now is the very crucial part. You have to be very careful because it's going to ooze out the oil. So for this tomato rice, you can eat with raita, onion raita. Just chop onion and add it to your curd, and add few pinch of hing, salt, ginger. Then your raita is ready. So this one will go very good with raita or potatoes, lace chips. It's time for me to add the garam masala, 2 pinches of garam masala. It's your choice. If you really want, you can add, otherwise you can skip. And I'm just adding my cashews into it. Just to show you guys, see, it should be like this. It should not be runny. So when you take your sauteed tomato and when you drop it in your plate, it should not leave any water. So this is the right time to add your rice. So gradually add your rice very slowly. Give it a stir. Now garnish with your rest of your coriander and keep it on the stove top for another 2 minutes. Now it's time for you to add your very important part, ghee. I always add at the end. Sometime you can add in the beginning also. Instead of adding all 3 together, at the end you can add 1 spoon in the beginning and rest at the end. Sure not to burn your sweet potato. Always keep a check on it. Mine is almost done. Make sure to use your mitten. Then add some chili powder on top of it. I always like to go with cayenne pepper because cayenne pepper is always good for this winter. So during winter time, I prefer to go with cayenne pepper. It's always good. So just to avoid sinus problem or any headache, it's always good to use cayenne pepper. Ta-da, it's done. Ta-da, my sweet potato is also done. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.